What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video after a pretty abysmal day of support. That's right, folks, our boy was playing GTA 5. He's almost at the end of the game, and then of course at night he played Rank Street Fighter 6 with Blanca, and our boy struggled the whole day. I mean, it wasn't until the very end when someone came in and dropped an $8 tip and got Phil to the tier 1 tip goal. Oh my lord. Support's just been utterly abysmal for Phil. And I'm pretty sure on the daily rap, he's going to complain about support. And I think we are close, folks, to getting a special video where he puts it out on his website, on his, his channel, where he, of course, begs and let us know about all of these problems he's having behind the scenes that he doesn't want people to be aware of. He's, hiding all of these problems he's experiencing and needs support and needs help. So let's see what Phil has to say on the daily wrap.
To either finish this game when we play it again on Wednesday or likely one more stream. And the reason I say that is because I have the feeling there's a little bit of endgame odd content that I might want to do. I think Trevor has a side mission that unlocks for him to go out into the desert and do the UFO missions and stuff. And I liked those when I did them in the original playthrough 10 years ago. So I probably would like to do those again. And I think there are a couple odds and ends missions to kind of tie up plot lines for each character before you have the big finale. So we'll see, but we are very, very close to the end of the stream. Now, I'll be honest, it was a slow stream for support until last minute. There was kind of Hail Mary, and we did hit the tier 1 tip skull, which I was happy about. Overall, though, it was pretty slow for support until the very tail end. So it is what it is. Listen, I know that game we've now been playing for over a month. It was popular at first. Now I get around 400 viewers, if that, for a stream. We were getting like 600 when the game started. Any game like that that's lengthy, you're going to lose interest over time. Any game where we have all new games right around the corner on the horizon, people aren't going to be excited for the older ones we're playing. I get that. So it is what it is. We're near the end. All right. Now tonight.
Okay, I'm getting this song and story from Phil every game he's playing now. It sounds like he plays a game, he's excited about it, he thinks it's going to bring in the revenue, it's going to bring in the money, the seats. It doesn't, and then of course he spends the whole playthrough complaining about support and hint dropping those hints, and then at the very end when he realizes that the dents are just they're just withholding and they don't want to support this playthrough, he then tries to clean it up and make it seem like, oh, well, it's the game's fault. It's perfectly fine. Everything's okay. He reminds me of Leslie Nielsen and the Naked Gun after the huge explosion, and he's waving his arms back and forth, telling everyone everything is fine, nothing to see here. That's Phil. And for him to utterly sit here and blame GTA 5 is just ridiculous. I mean, I can understand Chrono Trigger, that's an old game. I can understand some of his older playthroughs, but GTA 5 is iconic. People still play that game online. People play it or stream it on Twitch, on YouTube, and people get tons of support. I mean, GTA Online is still huge, right? And Phil's going to sit here and actually try to blame GTA 5. Now, I would agree with him if support was good at the very beginning and then it tied. No, he got one. He got, out of all the playthroughs he did of GTA, he got one stream where he got the tier 1 tip goal, and that was it. And that was, the tier 2 tip goal where he got over $100. Everything else he struggled to make 50 to $60 per stream. And the only reason why he was getting that was because Game Tracker was supporting him on every stream, regardless of whether it was Street Fighter or not. So if it wasn't for Game Tracker, our boy would be getting $40 to $50 on every stream. So again, Phil, it's not the game, it's you. And I'm going to prove this point. Armored Core 6. You played it last week. The day it released, premiere day, you were all excited about it. You hyped it up. What did you get for that game? You got $70. And that's it. You didn't get any memberships. You didn't really get super chats. It was a dead playthrough. And of course, you've been complaining about it, which I'm pretty sure you're probably going to complain about it here on this video as well. So it doesn't seem to matter what the game is, Phil. You're not getting any support. And that seems to be the pattern that's holding all year long. All right, so let's keep going.
Hi. Was Street Fighter 6 ranked gameplay with Blanca at the diamond level. Last time around when I played with Blanca, it was incredibly frustrating. And what I mean by that is I was having tons of issues dropping combos and having control issues where basically if I missed one move, the enemy would capitalize and instantly win the match because Ken or Jury or DJ or any of the top tiers have the capability of doing that. They can literally get, oh, you missed, you dropped one move in the middle of your combo. Now I get a ginormous 80% damage punish combo. It's ridiculous in Street Fighter 6 how at the top tiers, that's how it is. So last time around, even though I did win more than I lost, I got so frustrated. I raged. I had a ton of frustration. Well, for this night, I watched some more top tier Blancos playing the game. And I was watching some techniques that they were using, and I learned a couple quick new things that I implemented in tonight's gameplay. Notably, when I knock an enemy down, now I will hop up and try to hit like a melee attack into a light attack into electricity. Even though it's not a lot of damage, it stops them from getting up and trying to counter hit, and it pushes them to the corner, whereas where I want them. I was doing tons of mix-ups, high-low mix-ups, overheads, throws, just all kinds of stuff, and a lot of people were getting completely fooled, and I was getting tons of perfects and stuff. But in addition, now I'm also extending some of my juggle combos where I do the lift, and then instead of ending the combo, I do another dash into a light kick into a second lift to push them even further towards the corner. So I was implementing some interesting things tonight that I had seen, and I was winning a lot. In fact, I would say this was one of the most winning streams I've had in about a month. Because you know I've had a rough time ever since I went to PS5, and I've been trying to reclimb back to Master, both with Blanca and now to get also Honda to Master. It's been a rough climb. But then I had a giant win streak of, I want to say it was like 14 wins, maybe more, I don't know. I had multiple win streaks. It wasn't just the one. You know, who did I lose to? I lost to Ken. I lost to a DJ. You know, I'm losing to the top tiers. What can you do? And then there was one, I hate to say it, there was one Zangief that was good, but his connection wasn't very good. And because of that, he was getting away with a lot of stupid stuff, a lot of cheap throws that I definitely should have been able to get out of. But what are you going to do? Overall, I won a ton tonight. So I went all the way from base level 3-star Diamond Blanca almost up to 5-star Diamond. We were more than halfway from 4 to 5-star Diamond by the time the stream ended. I haven't had that kind of gains in weeks. So I was very pleased with how this went. I was like, wow, I guess I'm back. As long as I maintain my cool, when things go wrong, I should be able to keep going. I did, and I did really well tonight. In fact, I would have liked to go a little bit later, but I have some stuff I need to do after tonight's stream, so I didn't have time to really stay extra tonight. But we're on pace. If I keep doing, that well, I'd say we are on pace to get Blanca back to Master now, okay? So that went really well. What didn't go well again was the support on the stream. We had like 2 super chats, 0 members, and like $20 in tips. So basically, I've noticed distinctly the last 2 days a big dip in support. Now, I don't know if that's because there was a rallying of support on Saturday for my anniversary. I don't know if that's because people are waiting for the big releases like Starfield this Friday. I don't know. But it's now been 2 days in a row, and I have to bring it up because it starts to be alarming when you see a pattern. It's one thing to have one slow day. It's just not a big deal. But when you're having multiple slow days in a row, yes, it does become concerning to me. Maybe things will change tomorrow because, as I'm about to tell you, tomorrow is going to be the return of Armored Core 6. I've only played it once on release day on Friday for 3 hours. I had a lot of fun with this game. The first boss was challenging.
Okay, like I stated a few minutes ago, he played Armored Core on release day or premiere day, right? And he got $70. He got $70 in tips, and that was pitiful. That was pitiful, and he was complaining about support. If you guys checked out the podcast or my videos, he had a whole segment about Armored Core, how people didn't support it, people wanted him to play it. Just because he's not raging, people don't care. He went on it. He was upset that he didn't get the support. I don't see that changing whatsoever today. But what's going to change? People like to watch. See, Phil's under this impression that he has 400 to 600 fans that really like him, and they come out for these new games and these releases. No, Phil. You probably got 200 to 300 people that actually watch your content, that like your content. The rest of it are trolls and detractors that watch it just to see you get clapped, to see you lose, to see you rage, to clip you, to make fun of you. That's it, Phil, and you need to accept that. I don't know, you occasionally do accept that fact, but from time to time you forget, and you think you're more popular than what you are, and you're not. And then when you go through streaks like this of slow support, it just shows that you're not as popular as you are. You lost one whale, Game Tracker, one whale, and look how abysmal your support's been ever since he's gone. If it wasn't for Game Tracker, 1 Minute Man, and OIC, you would be up shit's creek, Phil. You would. Your support every day would be like $30 in tips every day, maximum. And you got a couple other little mini whales that are trying to climb up and replace these folks, but they just don't have the cash to step in and fill those shoes, folks. Jinx is gone. Who else is gone? Brianna's gone, which a lot of people say that was OIC. OIC is transitioning and doesn't know what the fuck's going on with himself. Who else? Game Trucker's gone, and Emil's gone. Emil pops in every once in a blue moon to drop 5 members, and that's it. Your channel can't survive this way, Phil. It just can't. And I can't wait to do the monthly wrap up to see where you are with views and money as it relates to tips and super chats, because I'm pretty sure that if you think July was bad, August is going to be even worse.
But after I beat that first boss, I got into the mechanics of customizing my mech, making it look cool with colorations, changing the components pretty much every major level, buying new guns, and now I actually upgraded my legs that I now have the 4-legged hovering system. So now I can just hover around and fire at everything in the air like a hovercraft, pretty much. And I'm going to really try that tomorrow and see how it works. So I'm actually very excited for Armored Core 6. I hope that you will show up and hopefully support the stream. Here's what I have noticed, because I talked about it on the podcast this morning. Everyone seemed to be so excited for me to play Armored Core 6 because they kept saying things like, oh, this is a FromSoft game, so we're going to get to see Phil get his ass handed to him. And what ended up happening was I had a little bit of difficulty with the first boss. It took me maybe 10 minutes to beat it. And once I beat it, everything else was smooth sailing and fun. And people were like, oh, well, it's not what we thought then. The game sucks. I don't want to watch it anymore. I'm like, what? So because I'm good at the game and it's not insanely, cripplingly difficult, all of a sudden it's bad? What is that attitude? I think the game is quite good. I like the graphics. So far, I'm enjoying the gameplay. The one thing it's lacking is story. I wish it had a good story, but it's just, you're going on a mission, here's some comms chatter about it, and then you go on the mission, then more comms chatter, you're going to go on the next mission. There's not much to the story at all. It's very basic and not much going on, at least in the first 3 hours. I hope that maybe it gets more interesting, but then again, with FromSoft games, usually the stories are dependent on, like, things in the environment, item descriptions and stuff. So I'm not surprised to see that there's not a ton of story so far in Armored Core 6. Please show up tomorrow if you're interested, and please support the stream if you can. It's a new game. I'm only playing it because you guys had asked for it. I want to check it out further, and hopefully I continue to like it. I did hear there is a very challenging and difficult boss coming up that apparently everyone had a hard time with, and some people have outright just said, screw this game, I'm not playing it anymore. So maybe it'll be what you were looking for tomorrow. Maybe I'll get to that boss. I don't know, because I don't know much about it. I didn't spoil myself. I just know supposedly it's coming. So we'll see. I hope you'll join me tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, it is late night chill fun in Chrono Trigger.
Are you hearing this guy? Oh my lord, this reminds me of the marathon where he was so hard up for tips, right, and for people to pay him to drink, that of course, you guys know he kept dropping the hints here, nonstop, but he got to the point where he got so desperate where he actually was telling people, hey, you know what would be cool? What would be cool is if you tipped me to the point where I got so wasted, and then I would go on and play Street Fighter. Hey, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be awesome to see? Me wasted playing Street Fighter. Ack. That's what this is akin to here, Phil. You're basically telling people, hey, I know you don't care about Armored Core. I know my streams are boring, but hey, there's supposed to be this difficult boss coming up, and I may rage. So you should come out and tip me and support me because I may rage. God, you're so pathetic, Phil. This is PatheticSydePhil. I think that's what I'm trying to think of a name for the overall arc of 2023. And I think I found it. I think I'm gonna call it PatheticSydePhil. The PatheticSydePhil arc. That's gonna be the name of the season. Because that's what Phil is. Phil has just turned into this pathetic person where everyone's laughing at him. Before, he would have this, kind of even he would have his core supporters, and he even had other people that kind of looked at him like he was an idiot, but they were like, they didn't really care that much, right? They were kind of like, whatever, he is who he is. He's just a streamer. He has no bearing on my life. You've turned those people into detractors. And again, big ups. I know a lot of people have been shitting on side scrollers lately, but big up to side scrollers for actually kicking this off and making season 15 the season I want to call Pathetic Side Phil. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.